We spend much of our time trying to make things beautiful. But what does that even mean? My taste and your taste are going to be different, but how did we end up defining what beauty is? It likely goes back to somebody else telling us what is beautiful. And since the beginning of my woodworking journey, I've been making things based on these made up rules. Let's get rid of these limitations and make something the wrong way. Let's make it awkward. Today, we're gonna make something ugly on purpose to teach us what beauty actually is and to get more creative in our work. And this video is brought to us by Squarespace. This is a poster I designed with 10 exercises that will help you become more creative and unique. And number 4 on this poster is to make something intentionally ugly. So today we're gonna frame this poster and make it hideous. I've got a handful of videos with millions of views on how to make beautiful picture frames. And we are not gonna use any of those techniques because today, it doesn't matter. There are no rules anymore. So I'm gonna start this off with a beefy chunk of maple that I found on Facebook Marketplace. It's rough cut, it hasn't been dried properly, and it's got knots. All things that would make for a terrible picture frame. So we're off to a great start. Typically, I would joint and plane and get everything nice and straight, parallel and perpendicular, and work around the knots. But I think this time, I'm just gonna leave it as is and cut the pieces out on the bandsaw. I'm gonna draw a straight line and I'm gonna cut to that line. But if it's not straight, no big deal.
If it looks straight, it is straight.
Within woodworking, ugly could mean a couple of things. Maybe it's something well built that just doesn't appeal to us aesthetically. Or it could mean something haphazardly made, maybe the wrong way, or in a way we're not used to seeing. Many times we might initially think something new is ugly, but once it becomes normal, we find beauty in it. Artists are really good at finding beauty within the ugliness. I'm not concerned about perfection, so all those fancy jigs and tools to make perfect miters are not needed. I'm just drawing a 45-degree line and doing my best to cut it. And since all my machines are too precise, I'm gonna work on my hand tool skills and do it the hard way. There's something very honest about furniture made purely for function. It's not meant to be judged. It's not meant to follow any rules about symmetry or proportion or harmony. This is a great time to experiment because there's no risk if it turns out awful. That was the plan all along. But maybe, just maybe, something interesting will come out of it. I always seem to have these little mini obsessions going on, either with a word or a phrase or a movie or book. And right now, my obsession is with the word intention. I keep hearing it over and over, and I've been doodling it in my notebook. So I've been asking myself, what is my intention? And not just with these videos and my art, but in life. What's the purpose of making something ugly? I think making something ugly forces intention. You can't accidentally make something ugly on purpose. It forces you to make clear decisions, and that's going to sharpen your creative instincts. My intention is to teach creativity, especially if you think you're not creative. What's the purpose of a picture frame? A frame defines the edges. It tells you this is where the art starts and this is where it ends. It also separates the art from the wall and gives your eye a boundary, a place to pause. It protects what's inside and makes it feel important. It says, this thing, this matters. But all of that is based on the idea that the art and the frame are working together, that they're in agreement, that one quietly supports the other. So what happens when the frame doesn't play along? What happens when it's cockeyed, too thick, not cut straight, when it competes with the art instead of complementing it? That is where things get interesting, because now the frame just isn't a decoration, it's a disruption. It's asking different questions. It's not guiding your eye, it's arguing with it. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real job of a frame. Not to blend in, not to obey, but to make you look twice. And you know what else should make people look twice? Your website. This video is brought to us by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform I've been using for over a decade to run my creative business. Making something completely custom where you define the edges, not someone else, that's what gets me excited. And that's exactly what Squarespace lets you do. Whether you're building a portfolio, launching a product, or just want a place to share your weird and wonderful projects, Squarespace gives you the tools to build something that completely feels like you. I personally use it to sell my art, merch, my books, and even run my newsletter with over 15,000 members. Their design tools are flexible, intuitive, and honestly kind of fun to use, even if you're not a designer. So if you got a creative idea you want to put out into the world, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/makesomething to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, let's finish up this frame and get back to the ugly. My awkward, ugly picture frame. It's tilted, it's chunky, the poster sticks out in weird places, and I absolutely love it. Not because it's beautiful, but because it forced me to think differently, to stop chasing perfect and start chasing why. Why do I follow the rules I follow? Why do I care if it looks right? The truth is, when you stop trying to impress, you just let yourself play. You start to surprise yourself. There's something really freeing about making things that doesn't care what anybody thinks. It becomes less about the results and more about curiosity. So if you're feeling stuck, try making something ugly or awkward or just wrong. Don't polish it, don't overthink it, just build the thing your gut tells you not to, because maybe, just maybe, there's something important waiting on the other side of discomfort. And the next time you come across something that you find repulsive, a piece of art, a building, even an idea, stop and study it. Look closer. Try to find beauty within it. There's a great quote by Dr. Wayne Dyer that goes, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I'm making a video on each one of these creative design challenges. You can watch those videos here, and the links for the poster are below. Be safe, have fun, stay passionate, and make something.